Exam day in the haunted school today was a huge day for Ethan, who was studying in 12th grade. Ethan was from a small town in Montana and had been living in Denver, Colorado for the past 2 years to prepare for his college entrance exams. Today was the big exam day, and Ethan was already running very late. The exam center was far away, so without wasting a second, Ethan sped off on his bike at full throttle. As he left the city behind, the roads grew emptier and eerier. His exam center was at Maplewood Senior Secondary School. As soon as Ethan spotted the school building, his heart began pounding. When he checked his wristwatch, he realized the exam had already started 5 minutes ago. He quickly parked his bike and desperately pleaded with the security guard to let him in. The guard smiled strangely, but allowed him inside without any trouble. As Ethan passed him, he noticed a weird sparkle in the guard's eyes, as if he had seen someone after years. Inside, everything seemed normal. A wide hallway, open classroom doors, and students already busy writing their exams. Ethan rushed to his exam hall, received his paper, and immediately began writing. The first 30 minutes went perfectly normal. Focused and determined, Ethan had answered 4 questions already. The clock showed 10:35 a.m. As he began writing the answer for the 5th question, he glanced at the invigilator standing in front of the room and froze. The teacher was staring at him with an unnerving expression. Trying to ignore her, Ethan turned back to his paper. But something was terribly wrong. The 5th answer he had just written wasn't there. His answer sheet still only showed the 4th answer, with nothing beyond it. Confused, Ethan checked the clock again. It was still 10:35. It was the same time as 10 minutes ago when he finished the 4th answer. Suddenly, he noticed the other students behaving oddly. Everyone was eerily silent, writing mechanically without a sound. Then, one boy began scraping his finger across the desk furiously. He scraped so hard that his fingernail tore off. Yet, he didn't stop. Horrified, Ethan looked around, but nobody else, not even the teacher, reacted. From the corner, he heard another sound. A girl was violently smashing her exam board against her own forehead without stopping. Another boy was repeatedly stabbing his hand with a pen. Suddenly, a girl began crying hysterically, shoving her own hair into her mouth and chewing on it. Panicked, Ethan called out to the teacher, but she just stood there smiling creepily. He couldn't understand what was happening. Then, smoke began creeping into the exam hall, bringing with it the sickening stench of burning flesh. When Ethan looked toward the smoke, he saw a girl's shirt had caught fire. Another boy started, screaming and clawing at his own skin, as if trying to tear it off. "Let me out! Please!" he cried. The girl sitting directly in front of Ethan, her hands turned bright red, as if acid had been poured over them. The teacher, who once seemed normal, suddenly screamed for silence. Her eyes turned completely white, and she ripped apart her own face, peeling off her burning skin. Ethan was paralyzed with fear. The teacher's face melted away, revealing the bones underneath. In seconds, all the students caught fire, screaming in agony, their bodies turning into ashes and smoke. The room filled with the unbearable stench of burning bodies. Ethan could no longer control himself. He just wanted to escape. As he tried to get up, a hand grabbed his ankle. When he looked down, he saw the charred bodies of the students, and one of the burnt hands was clutching him. Gathering all his courage, Ethan broke free and ran out of the classroom screaming. As he exited, it felt like an explosion had gone off behind him. A few minutes later, a male teacher found him unconscious outside a locked classroom. He was rushed to the school's medical room. When Ethan regained consciousness, he recounted the entire horrifying experience. But the teacher thought Ethan was lying to avoid the exam. He said that Ethan had never entered his exam room, and the classroom Ethan described had been locked and abandoned for years. Ethan didn't believe it. He walked back to the room, and sure enough, the door was sealed with a heavy lock. Maybe it was all a nightmare, he thought sadly. As he was about to leave the school, the security guard stopped him and revealed a chilling truth. Years ago, during an exam in that very room, a student had tried to set off fireworks to cancel the E288 test, but the prank went terribly wrong, setting the curtains on fire and causing a massive blaze. Around 10:30 a.m., 40 students and a teacher were trapped inside and burned alive. Since then, people claim to have seen their spirits haunting that room. That's why the classroom had been permanently sealed. After hearing this, Ethan was shocked. He realized whatever had happened to him wasn't a dream. That day, he had barely escaped death. We truly hope nothing like this ever happens to you during your exams, and may you all ace your tests with flying colors. Wishing you all the very best. And for more bone-chilling stories, don't forget to subscribe to the Horror Story channel.